Good evening, students and families. I am Miss Cohen, one of the math teachers here at Byram Hills. It is a pleasure to be here tonight to celebrate the mathematical accomplishments of each and every student standing up here. These students have worked hard to be in the seats they are in today. They have held an exemplary math average in at least 2 years of high school math, have offered math extra help to middle school and high school students, and some have even worked with younger students both in and outside of Byram Hills. They have participated in Puzzle Day, where they use their creativity, thinking skills, and problem-solving skills to decipher puzzles related to all different subjects. I am excited to be here tonight to celebrate each and every one of their accomplishments. With me tonight is some of the Mu Alpha Theta officers.
Unfortunately, our president, Lily Anjan, could not be in attendance tonight. Candidates, you are being presented for initiation into Mu Alpha Theta, the National High School and 2-year College Mathematics Honor Society. It is an honor to be selected for membership in this organization, which has over 1,800 chapters across the United States and in many foreign countries. Each of you meets the requirements for membership, including work done with distinction in college preparatory mathematics. The Mu Alpha Theta National High School and Junior College Mathematics Club was founded in 1957 by Dr. and Mrs. Richard V. Andre at the University of Oklahoma. In his words, Mu Alpha Theta is an organization dedicated to promoting scholarship in mathematics and establishing math as an integral part of high school and junior college education. The name Mu Alpha Theta was constructed from the Greek letters for the phonemes M, A, and TH, forming the word math. The principal purpose of Mu Alpha Theta is to stimulate a deeper interest in mathematics. Thus, it is desirable that you be given some brief instruction that may encourage you to consider the deeper meaning and historical significance of mathematics.
I begin with the oldest history of mathematics. The arithmetic, trigonometry, number theory, and astronomy of the Babylonians and Egyptians was far-reaching and contributed much to the progress in the ancient world. From calculating the circumference of the earth to building the pyramids, men began to apply mathematics. It took many years for the concept of number zero to develop, but it made possible the algorithms for addition and multiplication, which became important tools in human progress. Greek geometry involved a new emphasis on the power of reason and served as a foundation for philosophy. Archimedes found ways to determine areas and volumes and used mathematics to engineer machines. Next came the age of exploration and enlightenment. With the study of algebra and equations, logarithms, and probability, humans found a new language so they could understand the world around them as never before. With one empowering stroke of genius, a young man in his early 20s, Sir Isaac Newton, invented calculus, discovered the law of gravity, the 3 laws of motion, and how mathematics could predict the very orbits of the planets. With this math, mankind had the tools needed to discover and explain, and a way to develop the technology that would bring man to a new age of scientific understanding. The applications of 20th century higher mathematics have radically changed virtually every aspect of our lives. In the physical and life sciences, new developments have contributed to understanding areas as diverse as mass-energy relationships to population growth. Business and economics have benefited from new theories in statistics and group analysis. Advances in medical technology and communications abound. Applications of new mathematics have arisen. Knot theory is being used to explain DNA structure, while typology attempts to understand the shape of our universe. Perhaps the most important development attributed to higher math is the field of computer science and the development of user-friendly computers, with its far-reaching applications to virtually every aspect of our lives. Mathematics has taken a large step from its role in the past decades as an obscure mental exercise of the few into a position of prominence in modern life, making our world both more comfortable and interesting.
It is time now to consider the future. The mathematics of the 21st century promises mankind even more. Telecommunications without wires, words and pictures transmitted via algebraic codes. Rather than developing at a constant rate, discoveries build one upon the other, each leading to more innovative theories. Our knowledge grows exponentially, and its applications grow wider in scope. In summary, then, the mathematics of the future relies increasingly upon man's ability to imagine and create, as well as his ability to reason. Mankind awaits new mathematical and scientific theories to complete the work of the great men and women who have come before. Just as mathematical principles and research have helped us understand so much, we anticipate further research and development to allow us greater understanding of the world around us. It is with proud recognition of your skill and interest in mathematics that we welcome you to Mu Alpha Theta. May we someday add your name to the list of great mathematicians who have helped the world advance.
There's a phrase I've heard quite frequently throughout my math classes at Byram Hills. It usually comes as a response when a student asks the teacher something along the lines of, "What do we need to know for the next test?" The answer is generally, all you need to know is everything you've ever learned in math. Whereas in other classes, you can afford to dump your brain with facts, dates, and concepts only to dump it out the moment the test is over, you cannot do the same in math. Each new idea builds on itself from unit to unit and even year to year. When I look back on my math journey at Byram Hills, the moments that especially stick out are those times when a previously learned concept is applied to solve new problems, especially when we would never thought to do so. For instance, when we started learning methods of integration this year, we were confronted with some strange-looking expressions that couldn't be solved with substitution. The key was utilizing the inverse trig derivatives that we learned about a year earlier and made the otherwise impossible problems trivial. By having a strong background in algebra and trigonometry, we're thus able to devise creative solutions as calculus students. Math encourages not just pattern recognition, but also a curiosity to understand what can be applied where and how it all fits together. It requires you to synthesize your knowledge. In a similar vein, 4 years of math at Byram Hills has taught me to appreciate understanding far more than knowledge. This year, our class would often be challenged by Ms. Pellegrino to explain why an equation or method we learned last year works. Often we would come up with little more than we were taught it. Upon seeing the reasoning behind a method, we achieve a new level of understanding. This taught us the importance of not taking information at face value, but to question it, derive solutions for ourselves rather than using them simply because we're told to do so. In college next year, I plan to major in engineering. What kind, I'm not entirely sure, but regardless of whatever path I take, I feel well prepared and confident that I can thrive, not necessarily because of the math I learned, but more importantly, the skills and mindsets I developed to be an effective learner and problem solver. And through years in math at Byram Hills, I'm sure that the candidates today can say the same thing in a few years.
I'm going to welcome up John next.
One of the things that has always fascinated me about math is its innate applicability to solutions for real-world problems. Throughout my experience as a math student at Byram Hills, I have been taught that math should be viewed as much more than just concrete concepts, numbers, and assessments. It is about how these numbers can be used to understand and influence the world around us, and I feel incredibly fortunate to have had amazing teachers like Mrs. Pellegrino, Mrs. Barnum, and Mr. LaRue who have demonstrated this to me. For example, in Mr. LaRue's pre-calculus class, we frequently discussed how mathematics, and particularly the concepts that we were learning in class, played a role in predicting virus spread and impact during the COVID-19 pandemic, which helped governments and organizations plan for healthcare needs and safety measures. Additionally, in Mrs. Pellegrino's calculus class, we spent a day learning about mathematics pertaining to the rise of Purdue Pharma, and seeing that while math is often used in positive ways to better society, it can also be weaponized and used in a manner that harms others. Seeing how math can apply to such diverse and critical issues has deepened my and my classmates' appreciation for the subject and its significance. While I've always pushed myself in mathematics and have taken advanced math classes, mastering math concepts hasn't always come as quick for me as it has for some of my peers, many of whom developed a deep-rooted passion for math at a younger age and have been sharpening their skills in math programs and competitions outside of class for years. Nevertheless, what stands out to me the most is how inclusive and supportive I have found the Byram Hills math community to be, even in the context of the often competitive academic environment of Byram Hills. Even though we are assessed individually, the Byram Hills math experience is still defined by extraordinary collaboration and mutual support. I've found that students work to succeed together alongside their peers rather than against their peers. This sense of community makes our math classes much more than just lessons. They are collaborative experiences in which we are all encouraged to explore, ask questions, and support each other. It's this environment that has truly defined my experience with math at Byram Hills.
Last but not least, we have Joe.
In my time at Byram Hills, I have, of course, expanded my mathematical knowledge exponentially. But in all honesty, my greatest takeaway from my 4 years here was not the math itself. It was the other skills that came along with it. As the concepts became increasingly challenging and class started to move at a quicker pace, the most effective way for me to learn was in collaboration with friends and classmates. From as far back as sophomore year, my primary method for preparing for math tests was to review the material with a group of friends. We were all determined to understand the content, which sometimes meant teaching each other, working through practice problems, or even creating our own problems to solve. It was different from sitting in a classroom and copying down notes. We didn't just understand what was correct, but rather why it was correct. This teamwork aspect of math enhanced several assignments and moments in my Byram Hills math journey that truly stood out to me. I remember being in Miss Barnum's class sophomore year and creating a Desmos project with my friend. It took us several hours, and we certainly put much more work into it than we needed to, but I was so proud of how it turned out, and I also had so much fun creating it alongside my good friend. In Mr. LaRue's class junior year, I remember being presented with the conic sections project and brainstorming how to approach it, again in collaboration with my friend. After ultimately deciding to create a model of Saturn, we worked together to assemble the conic sections and somehow transform them into a Saturn-looking object. We encountered multiple problems along the way, but we worked through them together, and I was extremely proud of how the model turned out. And I cannot mention collaboration and teamwork without mentioning Puzzle Day, my sophomore and junior years, working with my friends to attack a unique array of questions unlike any we had faced before. While we admittedly did not do great, it was really fun to see how we approached the problems differently and how we could blend these different perspectives together to agree upon the final solution. To me, that has always been the beauty of math. It encourages collaboration and fosters a community devoted to elevating everyone's understanding of the subject. Thank you, and congratulations to all the inductees. Candidates, each of you have demonstrated excellence in mathematics and portrayed the service and leadership qualities required of Mu Alpha Theta. Each of you were required to complete a rigorous application process that required not only a written application, but 10 hours of service activity, with the majority of them through a Mu Alpha Theta sponsored activity. This year, your contributions have included homework help for the HCC middle school students, decorations and Pi Week activities, Puzzle Day, BHHS math help, and more.
Normally, at this time, we would distribute the Mu Alpha Theta pins, but we have switched now to tassels. In the tassels, you will see the colors of Mu Alpha Theta. Blue represents truth, as unlimited as the sky. Gold shines as a symbol that mathematics is indeed a valuable treasure.
The Mu Alpha Theta official insignia represents, above all, a high point in the history of the world, an important relationship in mathematics, one that combines the mystery, the challenge, and the beauty of numbers with a single geometric figure, the right triangle. Let this simple geometric proof of the Pythagorean theorem be a symbol for you and serve as a challenge to encourage your further enjoyment and study of mathematics. We would like to welcome the following new members of Mu Alpha Theta.
All right, candidates, now it's your time. John, ready to start?
Sage Oster. Beatrice Bachman. Spencer Berkowitz. Zachary Berman. Daphne Bernstein. Annika Bobra. Layla Biles. Sophie Kai. Sienna Cavada. Max Charney. Lauren Chase. Sloan Danny. Noah Drasner. Ari Dreilinger. Kimberly Eagle. Kira Eckhart. Dahlia Flores. Alexandros Gaius.
Alexandra Gahn. Jillian Gendel. Alexa Goldberg. Joshua Goldman. Ariana Guida. Zoe Harris. Miguel Heredia. Anna Higgins. Mason Jacob. Chase Keller. Tyler Kravitz. Sophia Kulik. Inara Alani. Sebastian Lashman. Lincoln Lentini. Alexander Lewis. Selena Lee. Ethan Lipton.
Molly Malter. Claire Monty. Evan McCauley. Kaylee McLaughlin. Maya Malloy. Maxwell Moy. Eve Nepo. Angelina Nee. Cole Nitschka. Amanda Olego. Maeve Padley. Addison Rappaport. Congratulations. Harley Rappaport. Abigail Rondeau. Ella Saltstein. Ava Schoenhout. Avni Sundaram. Jordan Tolchin. Allison Say. And finally, Logan Verma. Congratulations, everybody.
All right, big round of applause for Thank you all for being here tonight to celebrate and honor these students. Special thanks to Ms. Pellegrino and all the custodian and security staff who are here tonight. Congratulations once again, and please spend the next few minutes enjoying all the refreshments out here, both candidates and your families, and we're so happy to welcome you guys into Mu Alpha Theta.